one way, fighting.
We moved from the Ki Centre, so we're talking 2013 or whatever. We moved, and I opened my own gym then. I moved away from Lee and the karate and just purely MMA then. And we had a good bunch of lads there. There was quite a few lads who were, you know, like Jason, Josh, RGO, yourself. You know, there was a few lads there who, you know, who got stuck in and would have a go. And it was quite mental at times, really, when you think about it. I mean, we were just a small little gym in Crosby, but we were like, right, we'll fight anyone.
Do you miss the banter me not being there? Do you miss the banter when I'm not there?
It was amazing. Do you know what I mean? It was fun, wasn't it? I mean, you know, you got rinsed, didn't you? Absolutely rinsed again. It was that small gym mentality, wasn't it? There was nowhere to go, but everyone was your mate and everyone was your. But then when we sparred, everyone got stuck in, didn't he? I mean, you know.
I made sure there were a few whipping boys in there, didn't I?
I think I was one of them. But you know, but we all did it, didn't we? We all got stuck in, and it was quite.
Yeah.
I think because again, small gym, and we were a bit like Scrappy Doo, weren't we? You know, we were like, yeah, we'll fight anyone. You know, no matter what fight, we'd take it. You know what I mean? You know, we would take a fight
the best of what you got.
Yeah, I mean, because I look back at my first fight. I mean, I was 41 at the time taking my first fight. And I remember I was meant to be fighting this Bolivian fella it was.
Yeah.
And he pulled out a few weeks before or something.
Yeah.
And then you got Mark Sutton. Do you know what I mean? Who it was his sort of like third MMA fight or something. And he'd had 36 or something Thai fights. And he was a Thai coach over the water somewhere. Dead nice fella, do you know what I mean? But, you know, let's be honest, he was do you know what I mean? Massive, massive fella. And, you know, that was my first fight. And it was a bit stupid to take that fight when I think about it. Do you know what I mean? But again, like you were saying before, your pride gets ahead of you. You think, well, I'm not backing down to no one. Do you know what I mean? And that's a bit my attitude as well. Well, I'm just going to do it, you know? So,
yeah, I think as well, frustration in the amateur scene at that time. I mean, I've not competed for some time, but the amateur scene at that time, the amount of people pulling out, it was like they were doing it to tell their friends and put a Facebook picture on.
Yeah.
And it was one of them. I was doing a 12-hour day in the solicitors at sometimes. Sometimes it'd be 8, sometimes it'd be 12. But I was getting up at like 5 or 6 in the morning to train. I mean, we were in the gym trying to Shark Tank at one point at 6 in the morning in the run up to one of my fights.
I remember, yeah.
And then I'd get out of work, I'd get home, I'd eat, I'd have trained in my dinner hour at the gym in town, and then I'd do a class because I was teaching like the boxing or something at the time, wasn't I? Or I did a couple of the wrestling classes occasionally, and then I'd train again after that, and then I'd get home, it'd be 12 o'clock, I'd eat just to keep my calories up, and then I'd be in bed. That was me day, like. And then you do that for 2 to 3 months. Running up, and then someone pulls out, and then they wonder why you take the stupid fight, because I'm fucking killing myself for 2 months for some prick to pull out.
It's so
I mean, some of them are genuine, but a lot of them aren't. Some of them are just like not fully in it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that lad who pulled out, it was genuine. I think that, you know, unfortunately his brother died or something that was quite serious, like, so, you know, it was a genuine reason, like, you know, but like, you know, for me to take that fight was a bit silly, really. Do you know what I mean? But I trained for it, you know, and it was tough, you know, because I always remember the whole day, like, because, you know, a lot of people had come up to see me do the fight, and I'd lost a lot of weight for that fight, you know, on the day of the weigh-in. I got my weights wrong and I had to lose a lot of weight, quite dehydrated. And then I thought I was going to be on quite early at that fight. It was in the Greenbank arena or something in
Greenbank Sports Centre, Sefton Park.
Sports Centre, that's it.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd be on early, and then, you know, I wasn't on till 10:30 at night. So I've been there all day, you know, and I was knackered. I was absolutely like drained, and you know, your adrenaline's going, isn't it? And you know, it's your first fight, and you think, shit, you know, I'm gonna get my head kicked in front of like 40 people who've come to see me and stuff. And then I just remember it's dead funny, like, as well, because do you remember you get me behind the where the seating was?
Yeah, I wasn't cornering on it, so I was wankered.
Oh man, honest to God, I had a fight before with you before I got in the cage. You like grabbing me and dragging me everywhere, going, "He's gonna do this. You've got to kill him. You've got to do that." And like, the bouncers were looking at us because it looked like, yo, you were lad, absolutely off on one. But you're going, "You've got to kill him. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do that." And like, you were dragging me everywhere, like, and I'm like, already knackered. Do you know what I mean? I was mentally knackered as well as physically. And you're like 18, 19 stone, dragging me everywhere. And I'm going, fucking hell, Neill. Do you know what I mean? You're going, "You got to fucking kill him. You got to kill him." And the bouncers were looking at us because they thought we were fighting at one point.
You know what? Roxanne said it to me once. My missus, she went, "So you don't understand, Neill, why so many people have a problem with you?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She went, "So if you're out and you've had a drink, you think hey, how are you?" I went, "Really, what we all see is, yeah, let's have a good time, this, that." I'm like chickening them everywhere. And I'm like, just 100 miles an hour because I'm excited. Just, so I apologize. It's
honestly,
it's an it
went on for 20 minutes. It went on for about 20 minutes, so I felt that. Do you know what I mean? But like you say, it wasn't an arm around the shoulder and, "Come on, mate, we'll get this. We'll get the win here." You literally dragged me everywhere, and I was just like, "Fucking hell, don't let go of me." And then I always remember it as well because I went to toilet. You're dying for the piss, aren't you, and stuff before the fight. And you think, "Oh, can't I need a piss when I'm having the fight?" So I went in the toilet, and I was thinking, "Oh, do you know what, mate?" I was thinking, "What am I doing? I'm 41 here, and like I'm gonna get killed here." Do you know what I mean? So I was in the toilet thinking, "I'm just gonna hide."
Did yourself proud?
Oh no, it was all right. I mean, but I was just thinking, I'm gonna hide. I'm not coming out. I don't fancy this. And then they were banging on the door, going, "Come on, get on." It's like, shit. So I had to go out. But when I went out, I couldn't even see properly. That scene of Rocky, I've said it to people before. When you can't see the crowd, I felt like that. My head had gone. I was just totally knackered. And then when we got in the cage, it's like, it's scary. If anyone's never done it and they want to ever experience it, it's quite frightening. Because the reality of it, I think that's why people freeze as well, because it's the reality of it. Because there's a few people mulling around, and then all of a sudden, it's just you and that fella. Do you know what I mean? And you're like, shit. He's, and he looked the business as well. Like, so I was like, you know what I mean? And I remember it, like, because I threw a kick or something, and he caught it, and he pushed me down, and then he was on top of me, and I'm like scrambling to get away, and his weight was on top of me, and he was a big heavy lad, like. And I always remember look back at the video, and I just held on to him. I nearly got a triangle on him or something. I nearly got something off my back. But then the ref, he stood up. Well, sorry.
You were trading with him?
Yeah, well, that was a bit later on, but in that first few seconds, like first 2 minutes, it was like the biggest 2 minutes of my life. I was knackering. I mean, he was lying on top of me, and his weight was on me and everything. And then he got up, and the ref said, "Stand up." And I literally looked at the ref and went, "You're going to have to fucking help me up, mate, because I can't stand here." I literally didn't think I could stand up. Got up, and then it got into the second round, didn't it? And we went for it a little bit. I got him a couple of times, like, hit him quite a few times, like. And then I think I was absolutely done. I was spent, absolutely spent. And I think I went for like
adrenaline drop, isn't it?
Yeah, it was just a massive dump of adrenaline. And I knew I had nothing left. He was kicking me a couple of times in the legs. It wasn't hurting because your adrenaline's there and you're not feeling it. And then I just got knackered. And I went for I trained for it. Like I was like for like a hip toss into an armbar. And I just got it wrong. And then next minute he was on top of me, choked me. That was it. Fight over. Like, it was done. But I was just happy I got out alive, to be honest, because I wasn't doing it for like a career or, I'm going to be in the UFC or anything like that or anything. It was just, I wanted to have a go. Yeah, and just see if I could do it. We've been training with a lot of people. I thought, I'm going to have a little go and just see, 41. I thought I was only going to have one fight. I thought, that's it. I'll have one fight, and just have a go. So, but it was all right. It was good. I survived. Didn't get killed. So it was a win as far as I was concerned. But he was sound as well.
You won your last one. How old were you then? 48?
47.
47.
47. I had my last fight in 2017. I was 47.
One way fighting.